Hey guys, this is Shrey here. So in the previous video we saw how to set up MySQL database connection with Pentaho. In this video I'll show you how to load data into MySQL from an Excel sheet using Pentaho Community Edition spool. So I'm using 4.8.0 stable version. So let's get started. So for this transformation, you'll need two things. You'll need to have an Excel sheet that contains your data, and you'll need to have a table in the MySQL DB or any other DB that you have. Excuse me. Um, so first you need to put in all the data you want in an Excel sheet. So I already have some player names with me and their nationality. So these are all football players. Um, so once you do this, you can create your database table. Now what I've done is on purpose I've matched first name and last name column with the first name and last name in my Excel, and I've not matched player ID and nationality with the ID and I've kept these as ID and country in the players table. Now I've done this on purpose. This is because I wanted to demonstrate a guessing and an SQL modification feature in Pentaho, which is kind of cool. So look at that when we come to it. So once you have your data inserted, just save it in form of an XLSX file or even an XLS file. Um, uh, um, but Pentaho will need to know what kind of file you're storing. I mean, what kind of file format you're storing, because it uses different content engines to actually read from this file. Will come to it when I start the transformation. So okay, let's now start the transformation. For that, open Pentaho. Once you're in, you can start a new transformation. I've already started a new transformation and saved it in a file. So in the input folder, just search for Microsoft Excel. So in the input, you'll have your Microsoft Excel input. Just drag and drop it in. Now double click on it and just give it an step name. Now in my previous videos also I've said that for um, uh, the you have to give in a good step name. This is extremely important because it helps people to understand a complex transformation once we are done with it, or it helps someone else who will work on it the next time as well. So for now I'll just write players Excel input maybe. Then just click on browse and then select the file that you have. Now my file is a 2007 sorry, a 2013 XLSX format, so I selected that file. Just add the file in. Now next you can go to content. Like I said, with Pentaho, it has these engines which helps it to read the XLS file or XLSX file. We have to select the Excel 2007 Apache by Apache POI for it to be able to read this file. I believe this content tab is there in 4.8.0. In 5.0.1, it is directly present in the files tab itself. It's about this. So yeah, it kind of helps to directly select the engine here because you might overlook it here. I've done this myself for a few times now. So next you can go to fields. I'm sorry, next you can go to sheets. Inside sheet you can do a get sheet name. Now this is not necessary because this has only one sheet in it, but it can happen that you have multiple sheets and you just want one sheet to map to this particular step. So next, just go to fields. Here we mention the field names. Now this button is pretty self-explanatory. It will just take your header, the first row, and it will map it over here. So for now, number means double for Pentaho. So I just want it to be an integer because this is an ID column and I don't want it to be a number. Rest everything, the first name, last name, and the nationality is string, that they are okay. So you can also put in a trim type if you want, left, right, or both. But for me, it's I mean, I don't need it. So that's it. So you click on OK. Now once you have done that, now you need the table output. So just search for table here, and you can find table output here in the output table tab. Just drag and drop it here and connect them together. Now you can name this step as players table output. Uh, Select the connection. Now in my previous video I've shown you how to make a connection. Excuse me. I've already made this MySQL connection, and then I can click on browse and it will connect me to that schema, and I can select the table that I want. So I wanted a players table. You don't have to do anything here. Next, go to database fields and click on enter field mapping. Here you can see you have the source fields and the target fields. Now the source fields are the fields which we get from the previous step. So this is from the Excel file that we just pulled, and these are the fields from the table that we want to map to. Now you can click on guess. Now this is a good feature. It will automatically map everything in. So just click on guess and it will map everything according to what it feels are same. So just click on OK. Uh, Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Actually, my database cache was not clear. That's why we didn't get the perfect target fields. They didn't map to the target fields that I had here. But now that I've cleared it, now these are the source fields and these are the target fields. So once again, I click on guess. So it did guess my first name is equal to my first name and the last name has to be mapped to my last name. But these two fields, it couldn't find a perfect match. So we can do that manually. Just click on player ID and then click on this ID, add it, then nationality and country. Now add it. So this is how you add your manual mappings in. You just click on the left one and then on the right one, and then you can click OK. So now you have your mappings. Your stream field is mapped to your table field. Just click on OK. Now you're done with the transformation. You may run it now. So now I'm getting some sort of error. So this error says that there's an unknown column player ID in the field list. What this is trying to say is that it cannot find this player ID column. Now I mean, I feel this is a stupid error that it happens, and this happens even in 5.0.1 stable version. It needs that this stream IDs should be same as stable IDs. Now there is a workaround for this. We can make the table column same as the input field name. Now, this may not always be possible in real life scenario. I don't know if it's this is a bug or something that they have overlooked, but never mind. To fix this now, you can click on the SQL button, and Pentaho will generate fixed scripts for you. So now what this is doing is it is saying that for this table, add player ID and remove the ID column. So it's basically just renaming ID to player ID. It's saying that drop country and add nationality, and it's also mapping first name and last name. We remember we had put them as varchar characters. So if we go here, um, alter. If we see that the player's last name and country were all varchar characters. Now, what Pentaho did was it found out that there's a lot of space wastage with varchar 45, so it has changed it to tiny text. Now, this is a really cool feature if you want to save a lot of space. So you can just click on the execute button here, and it will execute these scripts for you. So you can see that all the 6 scripts were executed. You can go back to your database, just check if it's right, just refresh it once, and you can check your table. Now you can see that everything has changed. Now one thing, it did remove the player ID as your primary key. Now just add it back in. Just remember that since this is an int, the default value should be 0, otherwise it will throw you an error. So okay, so I had my table modified. Now remember, this thing I'm able to do it because this is a test table, but this might not always work on a production database. You cannot change a table. So in that case, you might want to change the input field name here. That would be faster. But I did this because I wanted to show you the SQL fix, um, SQL fix functionality that Pentaho gives. Okay, so now once you have done this, again click on uh, the enter field mappings. This time it will give you a warning that certain fields could not be found because we just changed the mapping files. Now you find that the player ID and the target field, because we changed it in the database, are player ID and nationality. So again, just click on guess, click on OK, click on OK. Now you're done. Now if you click on run, so it runs. So you can see that there were 66 rows read, right, and there was no error. So just go here and just check. So these are all the rows that we got. So 66 from here, and there were 66 here. So it's good. So the transformation was successful. Um, so guys, this is how you load data from an Excel file in MySQL database using the Pentaho Community Edition. I hope this was helpful. Thank you. Have a good day.